In previous session, we have seen how we can create a file along with the content, how to create an empty file. Now here we are going to see how we are going to edit this particular files, how we are going to add the content to a file. So very first thing, we are going to start with how we are going to edit a file using a redirection signs. So for editing a file using a redirection signs, I'll be using a redirection. So here I'll be first checking the content of the file again. He'll clear the screen. I'll check cat file 1 so that we can see the content of file 1 and cat empty file where it contained nothing. Now I want to copy the content of my file 1 to my empty file by using a redirection sign here. So for adding this particular content, I'll use cat file 1 single redirection sign and the file name where I want to add it. That is empty file. So it will copy the content of file 1 to my empty file. Let's check it. Now cat, I'll first check the content of my file 1. So it is same, I am learning Linux RSCSA which is available, and cat empty file. So empty file is replaced with the content we have, that is I am learning Linux RSCSA. So we have added content of my file 1 to my empty file. When we want to create a save as copy, we can use this format. Now we are going to create a new file. So I want some more add content. So for that I'll be adding one more file, file 2. I'll add some content in my file 2 as well. So I'm going to add a line, I am learning to create a file. I'm learning to create a file. So I added this text, I saved this particular file here by using Ctrl D. So it is saved. Now we will just clear the screen. We'll check the content of 3 of the file, cat file 1, this content, cat empty file, this is content here, and the next file, that is cat file 2. Now what if I want to add the content of file 2 in empty file along with the content of my file 1? So I want both the contents, my file 2 content as well as file 1 content. So for that we will be using double redirection sign. For that we will give command cat and then file 2 and then double redirection sign and then the file name where we want to copy it. So copy empty file is the file where I want content of file 2 as well. So double redirection, it will append the text of file to the empty file. So it will not keep any intact on file 1 content which is there in empty file. The previous data of empty file will be as it is. So we can check both the data is available. So I am learning Linux RSCSA which is the content of file 1 which we have added in empty file. It's still there, and we have added a new line, I am learning to create a file. So both the files are available over here. So these are 3 of the content generally which we can have a look. File 1, file 2 and empty file we have already seen over here. Now we are going to check what exactly we can do with single redirection sign and double redirection sign. And already we know single redirection will replace the content of the file, while double redirection will append the content of the file to the new file. So whenever you want to don't affect any particular content of your particular new file and you want to add some line, you can use redirection, and for replacing the content you can use single redirection sign. Now in cat file 1, if I want to edit the content, I am learning Linux RSCSA, can I do that? So I am going to edit it. So we can just check by using single redirection sign, cat file 1, I am editing it. So I am trying to edit the file by using cat command, and will check whether both the lines are available or not. So if I am using cat file 1, you can see that it is replaced. So as we have already discussed it, single redirection will replace the content while double redirection will append the content. So it is replaced the content with the new content which you have added as I am editing it. Now what if I want to edit the file, I would want to edit the content which I have already saved in the file. So through redirection, through your cat, we can't do it. So for that we have different editors. And before editors, we can also add the content by using your echo command. So we can just check if I want to add a line, not through a file, but just I want to add a text to a file. So for that, we can even use echo command. Echo. This is a text which I want to add hello editor. So I'm adding echo hello editor. And then file 1. So I'm going to add this line to file 1. So file 1 should have two different lines. I'm editing it, and second line hello editor. Right? So it's containing both the lines here. Now what if I want to change the line? I'm editing it. With we are editing it. Can we do this using cat? No. Can we use this during your redirection sign? No. We can use editors. We can write it. But how many times we want to write it? So we are going to use a different editor called as Nano. Nano is an editor. We have different editors. Nano, your Vim. But we are going to use your GNU Nano editor. This is a Nano editor. But now I want to edit a particular file. For that I'll give command nano space file name file 1. Now I want to change. I am editing it to we are editing it. So we are going to change this text as we are editing it. I want to add one more line to this particular file. So I'll come down. I'll add a line. One more line added. It's added now. Now here you can see they're helping hotkeys present over here. You can use this particular combination keys for navigating over here as well as working with Nano. So caret sign is used as control. So you can use Control G for help, Control O for write out, Control R for read, Control Y for check previous page, Control K to cut any text, Control C to see the cursor position of current cursor position, Control X you can use to exit, and J for justifying your text, where for finding. So here I want to write out this particular data first. So we'll use Control O. So if I press Control O, it is asking me whether you want to save the file with the same name file 1. If you want to save the file with different name, you can save. So it will make a save as copy. So you cannot change your file name from here. So I have just hit enter so that I can save the data with the same file name. So it is showing me wrote 5 lines in the same file 1. You can check in a black bar, it is file 1. Now I want to exit the line. So I have pressed Control X. Now I will check file 1 what the content it has. We are editing it. Hello editor. One more line added. This is line which is added. Now what if I want to create a save as copy? Now we'll check. I'll edit something over here. I'll edit as, I'll remove this particular line, one more line added, and I'll add a line removed. This is removed previous line or previous data. Okay, so I have removed the data. Now I want to save this particular data with a different file name. So I want to make a save as copy. So here itself we can define the name underscore copy, or you can give any name. So I'm just using a save as copy. So it is asking you whether you want to save the file with a different name. So I'll use yes. So what it does, it writes the copy, but it creates a new file. You can check on desktop, it has created one file, one copy. So you can check in command line as well. File 1, the content of file 1 will be same and file 1 copy will be different. So we can check both the files. First I'll check file 1 underscore copy. Now this is the content which we have changed. So this is the content. Now I'll check the previous file as well. So I'll use cat file name 1. Enter and check. Both the files are containing different data because we have made a save as copy after changing the file itself. So this is what exactly how we can use Nano. There are one more editor, texture editor, that is your VIM, virtual editor mode. So that we can use. So visual editor mode we can use. We can also call it as VI or VIM. And graphical editor we have gedit. So we are going to use different editors as well in our other session. So we are winding up this session and we'll continue with the editors in a other session now.